My name is Darrell Lavigne. I've been here. I'm a piano instructor, one of the piano instructors. I've been here for 12 years, and I love being at the Louis Armstrong Jazz Camp. It's very rewarding to see the kids respond to the music. You know, once they get here, it's always a drag for them. But when they get here, it's like that third week, and that glow in their faces after that concert is so rewarding. That's definitely, they realize that what they're here for after those 3 weeks. Well, I think jazz camp is good for New Orleans. Basically, I think everybody will say the same thing. Is just because of the cultural continues the cultural legacy of what Louis Armstrong and others have started at the turn of the century. This is the birthplace of jazz, so we can't have anybody else staking claim that they have the one of the greatest programs around. If we started this, so we have to continue this, and we have to keep our kids rooted in where all of this came from. I love it. I love this. I love this location because it's a collegiate location. I think the kids respond to it better. We don't have a lot of running up and down the halls here like we had before. Everybody was on the same level. We're in different rooms, and the rooms are closed off, and everybody's cordoned off, and they're concentrating. They're concentrating on what they have to do a little bit better than they would at the other location where we were. So I think this big kid environment is good for those kids. Well, the most important thing is fundamentals. Fundamentals are important for jazz and with music in general. Let me just say that first of all. I think fundamentals are important, but also they don't get a lot of listening to this music. They don't get a chance to listen. They don't have a lot of. They're not. What I want to say. They can't access a lot of this music alone. So we have to help them access some of this music. We have them listen to jazz, and so they have to understand the vernacular of jazz by listening to it. So if they can hear it, they can play it. We tell them, learn your fundamentals of your instrument, listen to jazz, and then put it together. Put everything together. You put the fundamentals that you've learned on your instrument and just apply them to the jazz vernacular. And it's so simple, but you can't get this music by listening to Beyonce or anybody like that. It's no disrespect to Beyonce, but this is jazz music, and you can't get it. We tell them. So we try to make them CDs if they request it, if they want CDs. Feel free to ask us for anything that we have at our disposal, and we'll get it for them so they can listen to this music. I think that's the most important thing, listening to this music as much as they can, getting it in their ear. When I was small, my dad had Parker and Coltrane on. That's one of the reasons why I became a jazz musician. That's what got me interested in jazz. So it's what they're exposed to. If their mom is playing Marvin Gaye all the time, then that's what you're gonna play. That's what you're gonna hear in your ear. So there's room for all of that, but at the same time, since this is a jazz camp, we have to expose them to Louis Armstrong, Oscar Peterson, Thelonious Monk, Miles Davis, you name it. There's a whole history of jazz that came way before they were born. I think that's important. First of all, well, we are in New Orleans. We're in the birthplace of both Louis Armstrong, the birthplace of jazz. So those are two important figures. The intersection of New Orleans and Louis Armstrong is very important. We wouldn't have had a lot of the stuff that we've had today because if it wasn't for this man, Louis Armstrong. Louis had a spirit that guided the whole genre at that time. When he came about, he was just about out to have, we wanted everybody to have a good time, you know. And maybe he didn't say it, but he said it through his horn, you know. If he didn't say it verbally, he said it through his horn, you know. Come on, let's have a good time. This is a welcoming music. It welcomes people in. And it's not to, it doesn't alienate anybody. Well, I hope this jazz camp continues in on to infinity, because we need this. Because people want to get back to basics. I talk to some older people. They say, "Why? I want to go out. I want to listen to some jazz, but the stuff I'm listening to is really not good. I can't jam to it. I can't dance to it. They want to be entertained, but they don't want to be boxed out of the music. They want to feel like a part of the music. And it's not about whether the music is old. It's just the spirit of the music. That's what they're looking for. And I think this music encompasses that spirit. And that's what we're trying to instill in the kids, that this spirit has to live on. It's the spirit of the music. Whether you create your own compositions, the spirit of this music has to go through that. That's part of the spirit of dealing with jazz. And that has to move on.